I even went to the Attorney General's office to file the complaint, and they said, you're nuts. But I used your rules, the Ombudsman's office. It's supposed to be protecting you. And I worked it back with them, and guess what? I was right. I was vindicated. Hurt a little bit because I ended up losing at the GERB because I missed a step. I had to go back to the board, but I made that legislation to make them change the ways of what was happening with the Attorney General's office and the legislation. So I learned an awful lot, not going back there again. But I will tell you, stubborn Bass Law kept going. Okay? I just finished a task force for the American Dental Association, the Council on Government Affairs. I was there for 4 years. I've represented patients because dentistry gets it. What's good for the patient is good for dentistry. It's good for small business. Let me tell you about some of the things dentistry's done for you. Patient Bill of Rights is sponsored by none other than a dentist, the late Charlie Norwood. And what did he do for small business? Recently, the red flags rule, okay? Identity theft and how its application was erroneously put on small businesses. Healthcare included. Guess who raised the flag? Dentistry. I'm one of them. And another guy who brought up insurance reform. I even did it against the wishes of the American Dental Association. Because insurance, dentistry really understands it. And you really need to follow dentistry and insurance reform. I want insurance to succeed, but I wanted them to compete fairly. And there's a provision called McCarran-Ferguson. And basically what that act says is that the insurance companies can't have the federal government oversee them, and monopolies and collusion. Let's go back to our Constitution. Go back to the Constitution that was given to the states, okay? Insurance and health. But here's the problem with that. We've had 3 states try to take them on. California, New York, and South Carolina. Because in order to take on collusion, you have to have 3 defined facts. Very well defined in the Constitution. Number 2, money and manpower are defined specifically for that purpose. How many days did it last in court for those three states? It was dismissed easily. The problem is the insurance companies, we have to use the federal government. We need to direct them to level the playing field. That is an age-old. It came about in the late middle 40s. What happened is the Supreme Court said that we can start to investigate it as the federal government. The insurance companies ran to Congress, and in basically 2 weeks got a bill passed that exempted the insurance companies from having scrutiny by the federal government. I need their help. I want to direct the federal government to this. And what it basically says is, we're 3 dentists here. We can't sit and talk about fees. It's called collusion. But insurance company knows everything about Rusty, everything about Cy, everything about me, including your reimbursements to Medicare, Medicaid, every bit of it. It's the #1 tangent in this medical market. In fact, if you unravel that, I want them to compete. And in this stagnant economy, getting 3 times the number of insurance companies in the marketplace is deja vu. Imagine that. Customer service. We all do customer service, otherwise we don't have businesses. They have to take care of you, otherwise you're going to change insurance companies. If I'm a provider, they're going to take care of me, otherwise I'm going to avoid that too. What an interesting concept. Simple. Customer service, customer service, customer service. I want to start there. Also, take care of public health. Make sure that public health is accountable. I've been fighting public health, and I'll give you a little something in this bill that none of you really understand. And I hope none of you have heart attacks. I am CPR certified, but I'll take it. Public health used dentistry for something in this healthcare bill. There's a number of mid-level providers. And I'm sad to say this. I did fight it. I learned Native American law as best I could, but we lost. Because some people took the easy way out. It's the first non-doctor doing surgical procedures. And there are up to eight mid-level providers in this bill. It's exactly what public health wanted. There's something else with this. This mid-level provider is not answerable to the state government, and it is given to corporations. Kind of scary, right? Because here's what happens. Once you give it to a corporation, it doesn't matter that they're Native American corporations in Alaska. They're corporations nonetheless. Every corporation gets it. That means conceivably in the near future, somewhere in the future, they may have a dental health aid therapist for your dentist. They can have some mid-level provider as the physician. It's not a physician. And that's your only health care. Take it or leave it. And guess who brought it in and why they brought it in? Public health. Do you know better than them? Yes, you do. How about the sacred aspect of being able to talk to your doctor? There's something about that, and this is wrong. This wasn't just dreamed up. Your former governor had something to do with this. I was one of those people pushing Proposition of Freedom of Healthcare choice. And who came in about a month out and used her position erroneously and illegally to cloud the waters on that issue? Do you think this health care bill would have come about if Arizona had a freedom of health constitutional amendment sitting there? Nope. Because we wouldn't have talked about it. It would have gone to the Supreme Court. Folks, I'm known as one of the fighting Gosars. I'm the first of 10 kids. I do fight. Don't always win. I love to fight. And I'm in this reason for the same thing the Rusty's in. For my kids, but for me. Because this isn't coming just to our kids. It's coming in 2 years or 3 years. You better stop this. You gave 1/6 of the GMP away in this health care bill. And you better put somebody back in who understands how to dismantle it. And you better understand taking somebody who lives outside the box and will make the box work for them. Here's your sign, folks. It isn't about our kids yet. It is, but it's about us. Every single bit of it. I've lived and I've breathed this district. And maybe somebody knew the political scene, but I ain't somebody new. Talk to anybody in Flagstaff. I need your help, I need your support. And I hope you look at this adventure, not as a 2-year adventure, because it's not going to get fixed in 2 years. You're going to need 2 more years after that to get rid of an administration. And then you're going to need more, some hard work. My mantra is the common man, the shovel. The common man is surrounded by a pile of shit. The only way they know how to get out of it is one shovel at a time. And it's going to take each and every one of us to take that shovel and get going on the digging. Thank you very much.
I'm a local resident. My name is Tracy Candelaria. I used to be a precinct committeeman for the Republican Party and met Rusty down in Phoenix a couple of times. I'd like to know if you voted for the immigration bill and if you think it will be repealed because of people boycotting Arizona.
I remember when Martin Luther King Day was reversed on that with that same tactic. So that's a fear that I had. I did not vote for the bill because I'm not in the Senate currently, and so that vote occurred after I work with the Arizona Rock Products Association, a mining group, and they're doing artwork and now this. But I support that bill, and it's the law. And all it did was enshrine federal law, as we've talked about in other forums, and allows us to protect ourselves in the absence of a government that has abandoned us. And just today, and I was talking to Gary earlier, we met Mrs. Gowan, who's one of the ranching families who's a neighbor of Bob Krantz. And he's dead. And they live one valley over. And she said just today, they've counted the illegals coming across Bob's front yard, 437 since they shot him here 3 weeks ago. And it's just a sieve. And so that bill is a reaction to the desperation our state finds itself in, both financially, socially, culturally, and in recognition that we're being invaded, and especially by the drug cartels. And so I support the bill. I wish we didn't have to do that. But we have to protect ourselves from a government that has just basically walked away. And as a congressman, my first focus, absolute focus, is secure the border and secure all border systems associated with our security. Paul?
I support that bill. Just like Rusty said, it does nothing but emulate exactly what's in federal law. It's another unfunded mandate and an unfulfilled mandate to the people. But we need to go even further than what this is. Because we want to